race in the Mississauga Marathon so that I could give something back. Early this week when I got the new job, it's a 12-hour shift. It's 8 to 8 p.m. So actually I haven't trained like from a couple of days of the whole week. But normally when I've been working an 8-hour shift, it's get to work like by 7, leave at 4, and then come home, rest for like an hour, and then hit the track or go to the treadmill at the Y. But I mean, I've gotten used to it, so it's kind of hard. But you know, the body is amazing. You know, it conditions itself to stuff like that. So for myself, I realized I can only train once a day, and so with that once a day training, that's why I feel like, you know, 2:30 would be something reasonable for me, because I've run for so long that, and I'm fit, and so I know that like 2:30 would be something that I'll not kill myself. And after all, I wouldn't even want to push myself so hard, because Monday morning there's a 12-hour shift waiting for me. So, you know, 2:30 for my first marathon in Canada, hey, I'll be a winner.
Already a winner, Anthony Mongi at the Mississauga Marathon. Welcome back to the 2007 Mississauga Marathon, brought to you by Canon Canada. The city of Mississauga leading today for tomorrow. RBK, Run Easy, and Grand & Toy, performance-enhancing offices. Again, over the Credit River, many of the runners in one of the fastest-growing marathons in this country. Absolutely exquisite day, and what a race so far. In many ways also a carbon copy of last year. Darrell Sutherland leading, but Peter, the only difference, last year he was not challenged like this.
No, he knows they're behind and they're coming on strong, so it's just a matter of time, I think, before this chase pack catches him.
Darrell Sutherland also laboring like he did not do last year. He almost sprinted his way over the 42K.
Yeah, just, you know, at this point in the stage last year, he was so relaxed, so comfortable, running hard, laughing, smiling. Today, we see a lot of strain on his face.
Unlike Jutta Meriläinen, the women's leader right now, enjoying a little chat with one of the half marathoners, enjoying the race, and running alongside marathoner Tim Johnson, closing the gap, defending champion Natalie Goyer. One of the big reasons for the popularity of running is that it is user-friendly. All you need is a shirt, shorts, and running shoes. For many, the outerwear is about fashion, but when it comes to shoes, it's serious business.
A lot of running shoes do look the same, but technology just keeps getting better and better. There's a couple things you want to be looking for. Our cushioning technologies just keep improving. Our transition technologies keep improving. And the degree of stability is an important thing to be looking at, and how the foot is supported. These are all things that, in terms of technology, that just keep improving. So in terms of advances in how far we've come in terms of technology for running shoe industries, take a look at this shoe, for example, is the ERS Racer from around the early 80s. This is a shoe that people would have run races in, but currently we make it as a fashion shoe. So we've changed the materials and we've made it a little brighter, a little more fashionable. But originally the technology was the same. So what we're looking at here in terms of ventilation is a fairly rigid plastic piece with holes through it designed to get some breathability into the shoe. And if you take a look from an outsole perspective, we're looking at a fairly uniform one-piece rubber that has no articulation or segmentation to it. Whereas today, we're looking at a shoe that has a very segmented, high-grade carbon rubber outsole with a midfoot support that's rigid and done in a fin system or a split transition bridge that's designed to roll or torque with your foot. From a cushioning system, we've got a polyurethane DMX foam cushioning that is extremely durable and very comfortable. From a breathability, the entire upper now is a breathable open mesh weave, and it has microfiber weaves built into it with play-dry lining. The whole shoe is designed to make you comfortable. From a new technology perspective, something Reebok's been working on is a fit system called Kinetic Fit System. And what you're seeing here in blue are stretch panels. Our research shows that the average foot from an unloaded to loaded or a weight-bearing to non-weight-bearing phase will expand up to half a size in width. These stretch panels are there to accommodate that while still supporting it.
Here we see Judah Marilyn, and she's looking really strong and really focused. She's pumping those arms, and she looks strong.
Again, a year ago, the last couple kilometers, she was passed by this woman, Natalie Goyer, on Mississauga Road now, kicks it into another gear as she again moves a little closer to the leader.
Yeah, you could see her picking it up. She's got a game plan to try and win this race again.
Charlene Cobain in third, took a couple years off from running after running 4 marathons, back at it. And look ahead, this is not what we saw last year. Darrell Sutherland at the 12K mark, and it looks like he's in trouble.
Darrell is straining and Predrag is coming on strong.
Predrag Mladenovic was a national steeplechase champion in Serbia in the early 90s. In 2002, he fled the political upheaval in his country, came to Canada, and quickly became one of this country's top runners. Among his accomplishments, back-to-back wins in the Toronto Half Marathon. Now, after much encouragement from friends and family, he's ready for his first marathon.
I know what is good marathon and how you have to prepare for good marathon, and its big reason is that because I don't have enough time to prepare for good marathon. Because I'm a full-time worker and I have just one practice per day, but that is not enough for marathon. But now I took 2 months off from my job and I did twice practice daily, and now I'm pretty sure I'll be good for my first race. My opinion is I will start a little bit off of my pace, maybe first 15K, maybe half marathon, first 21K. And after that I will see how is my feeling, and you know, it's still more time. But if you start too fast, and that will kill you. It's after 30K you can change anything. If I give 100% in that day, I'm happy, but sometimes it's enough for first place, sometimes it's not. But for my first marathon, I'm looking for him, for first place.
Wouldn't that be something? A first-timer winning the marathon, and look at this. Predrag has now passed the defending champion.
One thing we know is Predrag knows how to win. He knows how to win on the track, he knows how to win on the road, and he is looking to win this first-time marathon of his as he goes by Darrell. But Darrell is fighting back.
You've been here before. What does that feel like when someone gains on you or you gain on them?
It's difficult because I think Darrell was always feeling that being out front like last year, he had this race under control, but now he knows he's going to be challenged really hard.
Yes, the challenge is there. The race is on at the Mississauga Marathon. Half marathoners making their way now. That's the lighthouse at Port Credit. And the marathon continues. We have a new leader. His name, Predrag Mladenovic.
And he looks terrific. We see the top 3 men here from this aerial shot, but Predrag looks so smooth as he runs along.
A few meters back of Predrag right now. The defending champion, not looking so smooth. Darrell Sutherland. Behind him, the man who finished second to Darrell last year, Terry Gell from St. Charles, Quebec. Born into a running family, Terry's dad was an ultra-marathoner. Terry runs a chiropractic office with his wife, 3 kids. And look at this, he now passes Darrell Sutherland.
Yeah, Terry here is now focusing on Predrag. He doesn't want him to get away. He knows that Darrell is not going to be able to keep pace, and he's going to want to close that gap.
Again, Predrag looking so confident right now and composed. But this is a much closer race than it was a year ago when Darrell ran away with it.
Here we're back to the women's race with Joanne Bink. She's a teacher actually from Waterloo. She's been running for 12 years.
Just ahead of her, Charlene Cobain works for the City of Toronto as a manager of street outreach programs. Currently running in third. Looking to track down the two front runners. There's Jutta Merelainen. What else? She's also talking again and closing the gap, Natalie Goyer.
Yeah, I don't think Jutta has any clue that Natalie is this close, and she continues to converse with some of the lead cyclists up with her.
At first glance, Richard Takata of Oakville looks like any other runner competing in the 4th annual Mississauga Marathon. But Richard has just entered the Guinness Book of World Records.
The record that I have achieved is running a marathon on every continent in the shortest duration of time. And the new record that I have now is 29 days, 16 hours, and 17 minutes. I did it primarily as a fundraiser for Princess Margaret Hospital. I have family and friends that have been affected by cancer, and Princess Margaret Hospital has treated many of them, and I really appreciated the good work they have done, and this is my way of showing that appreciation and giving back to them. I started running about 10 years ago, 1996. At that time when I started running, I was 200 pounds, 50 pounds heavier than I am now, and I've been running ever since. When I first started running, I thought that running was going to feed me physically. And what I found out was that running also feeds you mentally and spiritually. Mentally in that you could think about problems and solving them and how your day is going to be planned out when you're running. Spiritually, because I've used it as a means to give back. I will be dedicating my Mississauga Marathon run to a lady who passed away from cancer. She is good friends of my wife's niece, and her name is Coral Trowbridge. The kids have requested that I also put on a phrase on my singlet that she always said, and that is, "I'll always be with you."
So many people running for someone or something. And right now, the leader of the marathon running by himself, Predrag Muldanovic. Terry Gell is second. You can see last year's champion in the background, Darrell Sutherland, now fading.
It doesn't get better than this. On a perfect day with perfect weather, you can see everybody's really enjoying themselves.
Including Joanne Bink, 4th place in the women's race. Charlene Cobain, 3rd position. And of course, the defending champion is currently running second. That's Natalie Goyer from Saint-Bruno, Quebec.
She's looking really good, and you saw her go down and touch her watch. It shows that she's got a game plan, she's on pace, and she knows what she wants to do.
She wants to track down Jutta Merelainen, not talking as much now, the leader of the women's race. And all of the runners, the marathoners, half marathoners, those in the corporate relay, enjoying the weekend festivities. Marathon weekend in Mississauga offers something for everyone. Yesterday showed a huge turnout for the Canadian Tire 10K. It was another beautiful day and successful. When it was over, this is what the leaderboard looked like. Josephat Ungary, the winner. Some good times, Peter.
Yeah, very fast times. Anytime you break 30 minutes for a 10K, you are running very, very fast. And we see 2 runners here that were able to do that.
The action was not only outside but indoors at the Runners Expo. This man, well known to Canadian runners, he is John Stanton, the founder of the Running Room, conducting a running clinic here, one of the many highlights at the Expo.
This is the 4th year that we've held the Mississauga Marathon and Expo. We have probably 10,000 to about 15,000 people that go through. All of our exhibitors that come in usually have something to do with running, whether it be through the health profession, the running itself, or anything that you would use with running. And a lot of people are under a misconception that it's just a pair of running shoes and a pair of shorts, and it's not. It takes a lot more than that to run. They absolutely will learn more about running. That's one of the factors for the Expo, what's the latest technique, what's the latest in running shoe, what's the latest in helping the runner in terms of his physique, whether he can run with a back problem, a knee problem, or an ankle problem.
Also at Expo was the Shoes for Malawi program. Over 1,500 pairs of shoes and 700 t-shirts donated to the cause, and the people of Malawi say thank you. The leader of the race, the Mississauga Marathon, is Predrag Maldanovic from Serbia, now living